Hi there guys, story of the day. A big lad who lived in the area. He used to live in Gypsy Lane, a very posh area in Middlesbrough. Really posh house, and he got himself a conservatory business. So he moved up this way because it was cheaper. There's an estate in Ingleby Barwick estate, and he had conservatories on there and he used to sell them. And he moved his house to a house up this way where I live. So anyway, he was in Yarm shopping because he used to go and get his shopping from Yarm. And the next minute, these lads have come out in a car, and with him, he was about 6'7", this lad, big massive bodybuilder. And because he was that big, he couldn't get out the car, because you know when you park in the car spots, he's only so big on the car spots. When I was massive, it was a nightmare for me to get out the car, because you'd open the door and your door would touch the other person's door. So anyway, they'd done that, and these kids said, "Hey, what are you fucking doing?" And he had moved your fucking car, he said to them, not being. Instead of me just saying, "Oh, sorry mate about that, so I apologise," which I would have said. He tried to be the big man because he was a big lad, and he's running about 12, 13 stone. These lads are about 5'7". So anyway, later on, they've got he had his car. That was his wife's car, but he had a van. So they've gone round up here and they found his van. He gave it away because it had his name on the van. And they've gone to his van. I think it was say the Saturday. I think he went shopping on the Sunday. They went round his house. And when he was out, they put every single window so in the house, ballied up, parked the car away from the house, and then slashed all the tyres on his two cars and on the van, and then put on his old Ingleby Barwick. They smashed all the windows in that conservatory place as well. So thousands of pounds was damaged. So anyway, Mickey Flanagan was friends with him, and Kev Kilty, who's been on the documentary, was on the podcast with us. Good lad, Kevin. Anyway, they've got to him saying, "Oh, do you think Brian will be helping us here?" But he won't pay him. So anyway, he's come to me anyway. We've got to meet him. I've met him before. Fucking bigger than me in height and strong. Wasn't as strong as me. Wasn't a fighter like me. But he was fucking massive lump of a lad. Anyway, he's met me, and I find out these lads who they are. And then I go and listen to their side. He said, "Listen, we don't want to trouble you, Bryce, about the fucking thing." He started this, fucking shouting his mouth off after banging our car with the door. And then offered it out. He said, so I went round and I said, "I pulled the fucking knife out. Obviously too big for us, but I'll stab the cunt. I don't give a fuck." So there's two of them with knives, two brothers that don't give a fuck. And this is the problem. You say, no matter how big you are, somebody can come out with your weapons. So unless you've got somebody like fucking me looking after you, you're fucked. So anyway, he's come to me. Anyway, these lads seemed alright. These lads, not bad lads. Ended up being friends with them, and they did a few jobs for me later on. Proper fucking game little fuckers. Not big, but it only takes a finger to pull the trigger. So these fuckers were dangerous anyway. So I met him, and I ended up charging him, I think it was $5 grand. And I ended up giving the lads $1 grand who got me the job, so I ended up with $4 grand for the job. But without me, he wouldn't be able to go back to work because these were torturing him. Anyway, he got the police on them. So he had to go and see them. And he said he's got the police on us. I said, "Well, if I get the charges dropped for you, I'll get it squashed. Would you leave him as a favour to me?" He went, "Yeah, as a favour to you," and shook my hand. So we did a deal. So I hadn't seen him, and he got the charges dropped. Anyway, the police come to my fucking house. "All of you threatened these lads to do this and do that and this." You know, the cop come to my house. What he's all about. So he must have told them, the cops, that I'd beat the scene and say drop the charges, because they wouldn't have come here, would they? So he went to the fucking cops on me, the bloke. Anyway, the lads got off. They got off with the charges dropped. He went and said, "Look, there's a misunderstanding. We'll just forget about it." But a local beat Bobby come here with another cop and asked me about being trying to pervert the course of justice and all this shit. I said, "No, I said, look, if you want me to have a word, I'm not threatening anyone. I'll get in the middle. I've gone in the middle of them. I've stopped them getting in trouble." He said, "Well, truth be told, you've done a better job than us, because we couldn't have sorted out with these fucking lunatics," the cop said. He said, "They fucking hate us lot." He said, "But truth be told," he said, "you've done us a favour." He said, "There's no more trouble at his house. The window's going through." I said, "No, it's guaranteed. It's all stopped." Give you my word to these two cops on the doorstep. And they went, "Oh, well, thanks very much for your time." Then I went and met Kevin, and I met on Yarm Lane it was, where I went to meet them in Yarm, got paid off them, and give them a drink. They were over the moon with a drink as well, and everyone was happy. So another story from the day. If I wasn't about, there'd have been fucking bloodbaths everywhere and people getting stabbed and everything. So yeah, stopped the lad from getting the lad's going to jail, stopped him getting his business took off him. I've smashed to bits, and everyone was happy in the end. Even the cops were happy. So another good story.